You're watching BPS Customs coverage of CES 2017 in Las Vegas. Get subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos on the hottest trends in tech. On Thursday, I popped into a suite at Bellagio where my good friends at Patriot Memory were showing off a bunch of new peripherals and storage solutions. First up was a look at their new keyboard lineup. I started off with something I know very well, their excellent Viper V760. I took a look at this keyboard in depth a few months ago and came away very impressed, and since then Patriot has expanded their selection of gaming peripherals to include both low and high-end hardware. The V730 is a budget option and does not feature RGB lighting or programmable zones, although it does offer pre-programmed effects like this one. It still has a full aluminum chassis, 104 key rollover and anti-ghosting, and Kale Brown switches. Moving up to the top of the stack, we find the badass V770. Featuring Kale Reds, the 770 adds in fully programmable RGB lighting effects for the keys and a wrist rest that's detachable and lights up. It's powered by pogo pins that make contact when the rest is attached magnetically, which is super easy to do. There is also a row of dedicated macro keys to the left, making this perfect for MOBA gamers, as well as dedicated media keys and a volume roller on the upper right. The top of the keyboard features a USB pass-through and an audio port on the right side. No pricing or availability yet, but expect to see this fairly soon. As I moved over to the headsets, Patriot told me that they're again looking to expand their range of product options to make things more accessible for gamers on a budget, as well as offer high-end solutions for those who want the absolute best performance. They're offering both the V330 and the V361 on the low to mid tier, with the 361s being a redesign of the existing V360. The redesign is in the headband area where the cushion leatherette pad now protects your nugget from precarious headband contact. They still feature a metal expansion band and fold-out microphone and are super comfy to boot. The V370s look similar, but don't be fooled! They feature RGB lighting on the ear cups, and if CES has taught us anything, it's that we need more RGBs. There's a physical volume dial on the rear of the left ear cup right next to a little red switch that when pressed calls in an airstrike of bass to your face. It actually activates the subwoofer drivers for an extra shot of teeth-rattling power for you bass heads out there. If you hadn't guessed by now, Patriot's Viper line of mice now includes both a budget option and a full-blown gamer's wet dream. This is the V530 featuring a 4000 dpi optical sensor, 6 customizable profiles, and some static lighting in all the right places. If the 530 is too noobish for your tastes, allow me to introduce you to the 12,000 dpi V570. Fully adjustable weighting, a dedicated sniper button, and aggressive curves and red buttons and accenting make this one unique looking unit. Of course, it features RGB lighting and customizable profiles. My time with the 570 was brief, but I definitely liked the heft compared to some lighter mice, and the button layout felt really intuitive to me. So what else does Patriot offer? Well, they had on display their new 2TB version of their flagship Ignite SSD. Not a lot of specs on this one yet, but I've used the smaller capacity versions of this drive and it's blazing fast, and to my experience as reliable as you're likely to find. I would imagine a lot of these same characteristics would scale up with this drive, and you're likely to see sequential reads and writes in the area of 500 megabytes per second. Of course, they also showed me some flash drives because I was such a big fan of their Supersonic Magnum 2. These tiny Stellar C VI drives are meant to sit flat against the side of your laptop so you don't accidentally catch the drive on something and bork both your new flash drive and your USB port. That's all from the Patriot Suite for CES 2017. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the next one.